First off, I just installed a new feeder. So we're gonna see if this will work for feeding the goats. I have blocked them out of the barn for the summer. I only let them come in this part in the winter when it's cold. They actually have a covered area outside from the rain, a pretty decent size area. So we're gonna get some feed and then we're gonna go let the girls come over and check out the new feeder. I have several goats and I have about, wait, how many do I have? There's about 12 or 13 right now. I only feed them a tiny bit of this goat grain from I do textured and I do pelleted. I'm going back and forth. I may stick with pelleted. I don't know. They really prefer the textured, and I've had great results with this feed as far as their stomachs, them not getting sick, because it has all the vitamins and minerals that it needs in it for them. So it has really helped with digestive issues with goats. So let's go pour this feed up and see. Let's go in here. I'm gonna grab my other one that I get my other goats lured over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and dump it in there. So it's like a 5.5 quart, and I use 1 bucket, and then we also have an extra bucket for the other girls that will not eat out of that. There's some that are bullies, so we're gonna go get them out of the left pasture and bring them over here. I'm gonna go put food over here in the corner first. The babies sometimes get bullied, so I have to feed them separately. And if it's raining, of course I don't feed out here if it's raining. But I have a couple of extra buckets that I put feed in. Just because. Now let's go let these girls over to their side of the barn. Girls and boys. Hey, girls and boys. Come on, let me get the door open. Got a couple more. There we go. There they all go. They took off. Sorry about that little thing in the corner. It's showing on the corner of my tripod. Oh look, they went straight to it. Come on guys. There's feed right there for you tall girls. Come over here if you're short. Come on. There you go. There's your short stuff right there. I'm gonna go get her and see if I can get her to come to the stand. Hey, Ellie. 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 Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah, come on. stand, girly.
That was easier than I thought.
She's only been milked once, and that was yesterday. Let's bring up all our stuff over here. I don't have a bench out here right now. This is like new, so we are going to wipe her down really good. Wipe you down. Good girl. Go ahead and squeeze. I have a hand milker and this little Henry milker. I have some carpal tunnel right now, so right now I'm having to use this instead of doing it by hand. Maybe. I have no electricity at my barn. It is all off grid. My greenhouse is off the grid. No electricity at my buildings. I can't wait till I can get my milk station. I want to build a milk room on here and everything, but right now we just got to go with what we have. Go on. Maverick, quit licking me. Quit licking it up right now. She was a bottle baby is why she's doing this so easily. And I'm sorry that y'all can't see as well from over there. This actually has a release valve. And she's like, release it. It's okay, baby. It's okay. I'm gonna sit right here. Sorry, I didn't have my back to you. It's gonna hurt squatting down there. I gotta get my setup better than this. Y'all go on. Go wrestle somewhere else. I'll get y'all a little closer so y'all can see what's going on here. This is a suction milker, so that's why I let go. I don't just keep doing it all the time. I will hand milk in between because I don't want her udders to get used to just this suction. Ellie, hold still, girl. Sometimes the pressure gets a little too high and she's like, no, please let me go. She's like, I've had enough of this today. So we got about 2 cups out of her, and her bag is empty, even though it looks so full. That's all she's giving me is 2 cups. So I'm gonna finish hand milking her out and then cleaning her up and putting her back in the fence. Now we will go feed the hen girls. I flipped the camera to the other side so maybe it wouldn't be, oh, they are getting crazy. Hey girls, better get outside. They're ready. They are ready for it. Hey girls. Hey girls. Y'all waiting for your seeds? shadows are everywhere. Their food. I think I have 35 chickens, 1 rooster, 34 hens, if I'm not mistaken. There's this girl. She is not nice. Not nice at all. Are you? Are you? You are not nice. I'm gonna have to put this down so I can pick her up with a rake and get the eggs out from under her. Well, now she decides to move. So we have eggs on this side. There's some more. I have a double nest in a box, and then I also have this old-fashioned one over here with some silkies sitting on some eggs. Sorry about that, guys. The legs of this tripod are in my way. Let's see if she's got anything under her. She's nowhere near as scary to stick my hand under. I think this one bites. Oh, she's not gonna bite me today. That's always a risky thing to do too because of snakes, but they're so little I could probably see something hiding up under them. I think that is all of the eggs for today. Not as many as usual. I've been getting about 16 to 22-ish, somewhere in that vicinity with 34 hens right now. But they go through phases. This is a one-stop shop. You get your milk and eggs at the barn. Free shavakadu. Fresh farm to table. The sun is in my eyes, but we are gonna go filter this milk and get it ready to go in the fridge, and then probably go pick some radishes so that we can make some corned beef and radishes for dinner tonight.
Well, I got up to the house now, and so we are going to filter. This little stainless steel because I ended up accidentally getting the smaller ones the last time I ordered, so they work fine. You just have to fold them kind of like this instead. The bigger ones fit into a regular funnel very easily. This one kind of doesn't, so you have to go a little slower with it. But we are just going to get this out of my way so I can actually move around. Sorry, dysfunctional. Kind of last minute. This is mainly just to get anything like hairs and things like that got in it, debris. But when you're using a closed-in container like the Henry Milker, it most likely won't have that much debris in it at all. Then we just cap it, and this is a jar that had honey in it, and we label it with today's date. And that's what there is to that. And then I can measure it out into ounces and freeze it for soaps and things like that. Or just drink it. 2 cups of fresh goat milks from that tiny little girl. That's a lot. I am so shocked that she's giving that much.
I'm sorry that was so rough of an experience with milking a goat and everything. I did not have everything set up, and that was the wrong tripod because I could not find my new one because I probably left it somewhere at the garden when I was filming or something, because I never know where anything is. And now we're going to go pick some radishes to make dinner tonight. So hopefully this will go a little bit better. Some of it are splitting already. Some are great. Some are not ready yet. This one is a little too far gone. This is what happens when you plant stuff and you forget about it, because you have a million other things going on and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I need to harvest those because they're just piled up over there. I tried to sow these the best that I could as far as distance so that they would get bulby, but you can see some of these just didn't do anything. They're so tiny. And then some of these are just great. And for all you who don't know, these are very pokey and itchy. Not the greatest thing to harvest without gloves on, but I'm not a glove girl. I actually loathe gloves because I feel like I can't actually do anything with them on. My hands are so small, I can't find gloves that fit, or I find them in a small, I need a medium because medium is too big and small is too small. And these are split, so the goats will get some treats out of that. That one's little and split. But these guys needed to come out of here. I might leave that one a little bit longer. Goats can have that one. A nice size. These are the, I think they're the little red cherry ones. Red cherry, something like that. I think the rest of these can stay in a little longer. But yeah. We're gonna put these in with our dinner and make some corned beef with radishes. Maybe a little potatoes in there, but a lot of times when I'm doing lower carb, I use radishes instead of potatoes because they taste so similar when they're cooked. I'll meet you back at the house. I definitely didn't want to bore y'all with chopping those up because I'm sure you know how to chop up a radish. But I just cubed it into these little cubes. And because I am making enough for me and my son tonight and then my husband tomorrow for lunch, I'm actually going to use 2 cans of corned beef. Not all natural, but sometimes when you are not working, you just have to use your preps. So I'm going to chop up I think I'm only going to use about 2 or 3 of these potatoes to go with this, just to give it a little extra filler. And there are the potatoes. And I ended up using all 4 of them because some of them had bad places and there wasn't any reason to just leave 1 extra potato laying over there. So we're about to scoop all these into the pan and start cooking. So we have potatoes and radishes. I'm gonna go ahead and put some oil in here. This is 100% pure avocado oil. And we're gonna turn this on. It's on. Sometimes it doesn't like. So we're just going to coat these and stir them around and just let them brown. And then we will add our corned beef once these are where we like them. And I usually don't add salt to this because the corned beef already is salty enough, and you can always add it later. So we will come back in just a few minutes and check out how the process is going. The radishes are turning a nice purple all the way through. Sometimes the potatoes get purple when you mix them, but I'm keeping it frying, but I'm covering it so that they get tender and not stick to the pan completely. And over here I have already chopped up my corned beef onto a plate. Looks like dog food. Kind of smells like canned dog food too, but oh, it does taste good, I will say. Especially mixed with those potatoes and stuff. It's just an old-fashioned recipe that has been around for generations. Guys, this smells so good. This is the consistency. You kind of want them to be mushy and soft. And then we're going to turn this down a little bit. Put this out of my way. Turn my tea off. And we're going to add our corned beef. And pick up what's on the stove. Then we're going to brown this up real good. On the way. It just smells delicious. Well, I went to go get green beans out of my pantry and realized that I was out. So we're going to have baked beans instead. So we usually serve this with cornbread and a side of onions to go with it. But I also did not have the things to make cornbread tonight because I have not been to the grocery store and we're getting ready to be gone for just a couple of days here shortly. So I don't want to go get a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to be using. So we are having a, I guess you call it one of those like poor man's dinners or whatever before you actually go to the grocery store and buy groceries. You just find stuff around and whip it up for dinner. I'm also so thankful that I put food up ahead of time most of the time. I retired in December from my job, which was self-employed, so you know, there's that. I did hair for 26 years, somewhere in there. And so I quit because of tendonitis and things like that. But so I've been using my stockpiles for the past, 4 months or so and not really going to the grocery store that often. So now I'm going to have to go stock back up my pantry. But it's good because I'm rotating it out now and getting down to some of that stuff that's been there for a little while. So that is always good. So poor man's dinners are always great, especially when you just don't want to go to the grocery store. I could get in the car and drive, but let's just face it, I'm too tired after this long day. So I forgot to end the video because I got so hungry. I guess I just jumped to it. But I hope you will try out corned beef and hash and see how you like it. You can serve it with green beans, cornbread, and all the other things. Or just by itself if you're, if it's the end of your paycheck week and you're waiting for the next one, that's a good time to do it. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.